So I have a quick question on the, what's the name of your GSA? Pride?
Personal Responsibility and Diversity Education.
Is there sometimes, I'll get people to suggest we change the name from Gay Straight Alliance to something like Equity Club, that's awesomeness or whatever. We purposely seek to make sure the word gay is in our club's name.
We just do diversity. Pride was already there, but it wasn't there, it was just dormant. And so I used that, and people, I'm the face of it, so they automatically know it's a gay club. They're like, that's gay! There's faces on it. So I am our school gay symbol, if you would. So the gay might not be in the name, but they see pride, and so they equate it with,
Sure,
gay
okay.
pride and stuff. So that's, or call it pride. You don't even have to say, it doesn't have to be an acronym. You can say just pride or anything.
Sure.
A GSA is, I'm happy to call it a GSA. A lot of kids though in school get confused. They're like, is that like GSL? Like the athletic club thing? And I was like, no. And so it was there, cool. It was easy, and people accepted it with open arms, and it's known to be gay. And,
right.
Yeah.
Do you guys use the trick where you put the poster under the poster under the poster under the poster?
No, we don't have
Get
to.
on it. It's like you have your poster under it, they tear that one down and says, why did you tear my poster down? So don't be homophobic. Next one says, come on, we're for equal rights at this school. Next one says, you gotta layer your posters, guys, come on.
No, our school has a zero tolerance for anything derogatory. Every school is a safe space.
Yeah.
Every classroom, hallway, there's video cameras, there's everything to keep the students safe and equality. There's no tolerance at all, none, for any discriminatory language, behavior at all. If a student says something, I've seen, I was in a lower student class, I think it was like sophomores or juniors, and one of the kids said gay, and the whole class like rose up in anger. I was like, calm down. And no, it's there's no warnings for it. There's no detention. You're automatically suspended. And it's not out of school suspension. You're in school suspension, because we're not going to reward you by giving you vacation, and you're given extra work. And yes, there's no toleration from the staff, from anyone. There's no sympathy towards it at all. And we have our posters are everywhere. They're never taken down. I mean, we switch them out with new ones and fresher. And we just did these hands of change, where every classroom traced their hands and wrote something they wanted to change in the school, and then we taped them up all over the school, and that was a really big thing too. So, yeah.
With those from the posters, one thing that we did when they first got torn down, or I think it was a little bit afterwards, is before putting the poster up, we put this thing up that said, congratulations, you just committed a hate crime.
Oh, yeah.
Put it under it, so that when they tore it down, it was like,
The members of the club spend a lot of times with glitter and markers making those posters. And so it's really upsetting to see them torn down, because we would spend a lot of our club time making posters again. And so we'd spend, like 2 or 3 club things, making posters and making them cute and glittery and rainbowy, and putting them up, and a few days later they were back down. So it's really frustrating. But, and then I understand, like, the ASB, needs to make sure they don't have old posters up. But for a club that's going all year long, I think it's okay to leave those up and not make us make new ones every few weeks.
Yeah, we had the same idea. Something we're planning to do is, behind the poster we had, you just committed a hate crime. Our posters get torn down. We're all really fired up and excited for that.
Oh, Shay, I've just been amazed by you ever since I first met you. Where did you find your inspiration, or how did you come upon, how does one get the governor's ear at your age? I mean, that's...
I don't know, it just, I was raised to be very independent and very, fiery. I'm Irish, so it might be from my stubbornness. No, my dad is works for the government, so he has the governor's spirit, and she came and had dinner with us one time, and she's a very nice lady, and we just hit it off, and and then when I heard about CD's problem, I contacted her, and she said, when we meet you at the end of the month, we'll talk with other Congress people about it also, because Washington is a very progressive state, as we know from the marriage equality, hopefully coming, and many other things and she backed this too, and so do many of our Congress people, and that's how. I mean, many are like, you got to get the support of the students and stuff, and I believe it's both the students and the adults that need to do their equal share. I don't know. My drive has been from stories from other kids, Jade's and your guys' stories. They drive me to do this, and things that happen in the news. The only thing that's ever, two stories from my school. One was from a handicapped kid, and his whole brain worked, but his body didn't function. And he could tell when you were talking to him and stuff, and he has this computer that tells, he can speak through. So he wrote a story for last year's diversity assembly. And he's like, I can tell when you call me a retard and stuff like that. And it was very, very moving. And this month is our Spread the Word to End the Word campaign, which is, don't use the R word. And that has the full support of the student body too. And then another boy, he was a cheerleader like me. And his dad had found out he was gay and severely beaten him. He was in the ICU for 2 months. And that moved the school too, and me, because he was a good friend of mine. And it was, the story of it was very intense and very dramatic, and moved our hearts to want to bring equality and make sure our students were safe, not only from other students, but from parents can be a danger to their own kids sometimes, and this was a case of that. And so yes, and we have I advise some of the high school teachers and stuff, if you have a student that can speak to other kids that are comfortable talking to them, I'm a peer counselor, and when the guidance counselors or whoever cannot handle a situation, or a kid says, I need this, but I don't feel comfortable talking to you, they come to me. And yes, so that's what you can
I'm hearing a couple of you are seniors, and I'm hearing incredible things from you, and I'm wondering, what are you doing next? As we look at our community and trying to help our community move, we often see our kids leave the Spokane area, so I'm just curious what's next for you guys. Hopefully you're going to school around here. So I'm doing the job right now.
I've made sure the leadership has continued at our school, and they're going to the Pajals thing, which I advise other leadership kids to go to, because it is a great program, and they have great tools and great workshops for your kids. I'm going and taking over WSU's diversity programs next year, which I'm really excited about. But around here, I'm just taking the younger students and making sure that they continue this strongly.
I'm going to Eastern to become a teacher. So I plan
my card. Hire teachers.
I plan on staying here and also coming back like during the school year to see how LC's GSA is doing and just helping if I can. So.
Henry mentioned get-togethers with other schools at Shale. I'm wondering, is there a GSA summit? Is there, does Odyssey sponsor that, or?
We do have GSA summits through Odyssey. We've had, I think, 2 this year. We had one at the beginning of the year, which was really great to see so many different schools have a GSA. And it's just been really supportive to know there's other GSAs in the area.
Has that been a resource for you to?
Yeah,
Whenever I run into a problem or I don't know what to do, I always contact the other GSA leaders since I'm the baby GSA.
I think it's also a very good idea to get all the high school GSAs to come together and maybe, have like a dance or a party, but to kind of, because I know at LC, like I didn't know about, other schools having the poster problems. And so I think it's actually a really good idea if we could get like all the kids together, maybe at a social meeting. And it kind of makes them feel even less alone. Like not only does this happen in this, like their school, but it happens at all the other schools, and maybe, get together and come up, as all the high schools come up with ideas to help out other, GSAs who just started and GSAs who are having a hard time keeping their GSA going. Or wanting to start a GSA that has that.
When you guys get the invites from Shadle, we don't call them dances officially because next thing you know, I get all these administrators all over the place. But we do have fun movie nights and there happens to be some dance music playing in the But don't tell any administrators, okay? No, but we come to our parties, they're awesome.